Let's go, guys! So this is Present Memories, a Vox Akuma fan game. I have my tea. I've got plenty of tea. It does look pretty, and the options menu as well is really well made, I found. Like, look at all this. It's very nicely designed, isn't it? Alright, hold on. Oh no, we're good. The day begins much like any other. It's a little bit loud. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. The sun's rays slip through the curtains, growing in strength as the morning wears on. The sound of cars and city traffic drown out birdsong when they drive past my apartment. It had only been a few weeks since I arrived in Japan, but I was slowly growing accustomed to the company's arrangements. With more time, I'm certain it'll be a nice temporary home. I was finishing the last of my preparations for the day's activities when the familiar alert from my phone cut through the morning's peace. I walk over to its place on my nightstand and check what might have arrived. It's a message from Shu! Hey, are you ready yet? We're headed to the office now. Everyone's super excited for the collab. See you there. The message radiates the shared excitement we all feel with our long-awaited first meeting. I can't help but smile as my fingers glide over the screen to type a quick reply. We often talked about how we would spend the time together with food, drink, and experiences, exploring all the wonders Japan has to offer. Stepping within the country's borders after many years away didn't feel real, but as my gaze sweeps the room and I remember where I stand, I know it is reality. And by sheer coincidence, it's all happening on a very special day. Right, that's almost everything. I only need that thing from the box and then I can be on my way. I smoothly swipe my phone, wallet, and keys from the nightstand and put them in their rightful place in my pocket. And I run through a mental checklist to ensure I don't forget anything else and check my appearance one last time through, in the nearby mirror. Though I'm not above being fashionably late, I wouldn't want the others to wait too long. Talk, look around, or move. Let's look around. If you ever want to stop looking, click the arrow on the top left. A box of memories filled with trinkets and odds and ends I've kept from years long past. Though a demon I may be, I'm not above sentimental attachments. I rarely have it out, but today is special. Oh shit. I check the contents of the box and find what I was looking for easily nestled in the corner. I pick it up and turn it over in my hand, feeling the smooth, black beads of the bracelet, worn with time but no less special. I quickly replace the one on my wrist with the old trinket, and finally, I'm ready to leave. It says 11:34 a.m. If I leave now, I should arrive at the studio on time. This is my bed. Of course, I only sleep on top. The bottom is for business and, at times, pleasure. I've got the fucking cat ears. Oh my god. Today is the 25th of April. The date's encircled with a red marker. I wonder why that could be. I think we've got everything. Talk. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. It's Onigiri! Oh, look at that animation! That's so cute!
You left your dignity overseas, so you should have all you need.
Starting the day with guns ablaze, are we? Or are you as excited about meeting them as I am?
I'm looking forward to meeting them, especially Akitono.
Your favoritism hasn't abated in the slightest.
Of course not. I need to make a good first impression. First impressions matter, after all.
And if
Akitono will want me as his companion instead, then it was nice knowing you, my lord.
I can always detach you from my belt, Onigiri, remember that. That was incredible, holy shit. Oh, turn the BGM up a bit? Of course, of course. It sounded a little loud from my end. Alright. Move. Leave? Yes. Quick save. I smile as I step out the door and venture into the world outside. The sun shining brightly overhead and pleasant warmth in the spring flowers carried by the gentle winds call forth an incident from a long time ago. If memory serves, it started with a day quite similar. And with the signs I've seen as of late, I can't help but wonder if history is about to repeat. Wow. The breeze dancing between the branches of blossoms and the soft petals. I will turn this music up. This sounds fantastic. Braiding into my hair, speak of spring's hold over the land. As I watch the morning sun illuminate the jagged peaks of Honshu, I cast my gaze to the castle not of the air, but of the land. Akuma Castle, grand in its namesake. Hidden away from ambitious dreams of unity, it stands by the bright shoreside. Once long ago, when I traveled valleys and slopes like a wanderer, I had been swept by this name, its caress known to me, like wordless shared memories. But now, taking in the sight of the castle, I smile in self-satisfaction for the clan I had come to lead. Deep in my own reflection, I do not realize the presence of Onigiri until his words return me to the present. Oh, shit! Full-size, transformed Onigiri.
Thinking to yourself again, my lord.
Onigiri, I see you're back to admonish me for my thoughts.
If not me, then who else? Someone has to do it.
I laugh and shake my head in amusement. Ushering him to walk with me, my hand rests carefully upon the hilt of my sword. Let's talk. I truly cannot imagine what life would be without your kind words.
I'm glad the Lord thinks so highly of me, then. Oh, look, I'm moved to tears.
At the tone of his bantering voice, I sigh with feigned despair. Ah, the disrespect.
Well, someone has to humble the lord of the castle every now and again.
And that someone is you? Amused laughter sits at the tip of my tongue.
If I'm your right-hand demon, Vox Akuma. I'm the best man for the job. I really ought
to throttle you.
At the risk of wrath? And risk the wrath of my dear lover?
He asks so innocently, to which I wave off with a roll of my eyes. Oh, I'm sure she'll understand and see our shared woes.
Should I sleep with one eye open?
That would be prudent if not for lockless doors.
I'll barricade my room from your evil plans, then.
This is insane. This is so cool. Look around. The serrated peaks of Honshu loom in the distance, its apex drawing the eye with its brilliant white ridges. At the feet of its immensity is a flourishing forest and a quiet green meadow. Though I've seen this sight to the point of knowing every crevice and detail, I do not find myself wearied by its familiarity. Turning to the horizon, beyond the leaves and branches of the trees, pomegranate clouds languidly float by the morning sun. The morning stars shine like silver threads of light, glinting and shimmering with soft luster. Content with the sight of Honshu Peak, I sigh with fondness. Oh, okay, so there's no, peeking. Alright. Let's go to the forest. As we walk through the forest, I remember how it had not been too long ago when I had to bargain for this land from that mustache Kodama. Its reluctance to let go of its dwelling had been an ordeal that I had to bear for the clan, and I often wince at the reminder. I've hardly traveled to its part of the forest since. I'd imagine it still frolics and rests in the rings of its trees. Now, anything to report?
Nothing unusual, but it would be wise to remain cautious. I'll check the borders later on, just to be sure.
Though the need for constant vigilance isn't unheard of in the current times, I raise my brow with veiled concern. Is that so? Shall I accompany you then?
And take your precious attention away from people? No need, Vox Akuma.
We should only be away for a few hours. How bad could it be?
I'll be fine on my own. Don't you have faith in me, your right-hand demon?
On the contrary, I have plenty of faith in you, Onigiri. I say with sincerity, a faint smile on my lips as I look at the hulking red demon from the corner of my eye. Looking around the forest, I spot a stream hidden between the trees. Its clear waters jump over the time-worn rocks and disappear within the undergrowth. Birdsong echoes deep from the forest. while the trees and its knotted branches rise ever upwards, impressing me with its majesty. Cords of warm sunlight touch the forest floor, trickling through the canopy and the branches. I look up to let the dappled light touch my face and bring a hand to my brow, protecting my sight from the sun. Perhaps when summer comes, I shall dip my feet into the brook and allow myself some rest. Observing the vicinity once more, I squint to look at the distance. Is that? No, it can't be. I must be seeing things. I mutter, turning away to continue down the leaf-carpeted path back to the castle. What is that thing? That looks like a little kodama. Lots of little spirits in this forest. Hang on. Hang on. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god, you're fucking right. It is the Lorax. I was so confused. I was like, that looks so familiar, but...
Any chance we'll run into an old friend here?
Sensing my confusion, Onigiri continues with a mischievous glint in his eye. His voice is almost too light to be taken seriously.
You know, territorial and small.
I genuinely don't have the slightest idea what you're talking about.
Orange and mustache?
Yeah, here he goes. As realization dawns on me, so do horror and disgust. Absolutely not. I reply, frowning in distaste at the thought of having to lay my eyes on that creature again. Let's go to the village. Walking past the gates of the fort, I'm greeted by the market crowd and a cacophony of eager vendors. Onigiri and I traverse through the people that bustle and jostle, and we greet the few villagers that manage to notice us in the midst of the marketplace's chaos. Like any other day, fishmongers and butchers from inside their stalls barter and negotiate with their patrons. They proclaim the quality of their produce, swearing that theirs is the best one they could find. No, 1 silver mint. 3 silver mints is as low as I can sell. They haggle, with coins counted and passed from one hand to another, and the goods exchange as deals close. Wagons of vegetables and stock of fruits are parked at the side of the road as new merchants permitted to barter try to impress upon the crowd. The marketplace is the busiest part of the village and places the people's spirit on full display.
The market's as lively as ever,
Onigiri remarks genially, stepping aside as a line of playing children run past. They echo apologies and whisper before disappearing into the crowd. It was only for a moment, but it didn't escape me. The fear in their gazes was unmistakable when they saw my companion. Onigiri. Oh.
Ah, right, I almost forgot.
At my reminder, smoke engulfs Onigiri and his large, intimidating figure completely vanishes from sight. Ah! After the moment passes for it to clear, his imposing physique is replaced by a smaller form, a childlike and approachable appearance for humans. While the form he often takes during patrols is known throughout the clan, it's better for the people to not fear him when he interacts with them. This should do. I nod in agreement as I look over at him again. Once I laughed in amusement when he first shifted. He stands at the height of a human child, but almost seems small enough to hang like a trinket. While trying to cast an unaffected expression, I find it hard not to be endeared by this specific form of his.
Oi! You best wipe that stupid smirk off before I plant your face in the ground. I can still beat your ass in this form.
Oh no, how terrifying! Challenge me once you regain your size, you unruly infant.
I'm heading back first to prepare your deathbed. Why don't you take a stroll for your last moments?
My, such consideration. Thank you, Onigiri. With that, he scampers off quickly, slipping in between the throes of people with ease, and leaves me to ponder my options and fend for myself. What was there to do in the marketplace? I suppose I could check the wares. It would be a nice change of pace. Monkey! After roaming the streets and pondering my choices, I decide to visit a nearby store that houses dainty wares and delicate knickknacks. In my approach, I see the owner tending to his establishment with his usual care and efficiency. I recall how he was one of many I saved in an incident long ago, and though, to this day, I insist he isn't in my debt, he proves more stubborn in his ways than Onigiri. I suppose it only made him more endearing to me. Lovely weather we're having today, isn't it? Why, yes, it is. It's a pleasure to see you here, my lord. I could say the same for you. Are you doing well? I see your wares are as fine as always. They're selling, and it's all thanks to you. Had you not aided me and provided such opportunities, we would not be where we are today. Nonsense, it's your efforts that bear fruit. I merely provided you a place. Keep up the good work. Thank you, my lord. Would you like to have a look around? Of course. A little peek wouldn't hurt. I spend a moment carefully inspecting each row, but as I reach the final shelf, my gaze catches sight of a small, quaint box nestled between large jars. I carefully pick it off the shelf and lift the lid. The scent of osmanthus is as fragrant as I remember. I wonder, where are those who shared the memories along with this tea? A box of tea leaves. What a beautiful aroma. I see you've taken a fancy to those tea leaves. Take it with you, on the house. I can't have it for free. Please don't worry, my lord. Your kind support is enough payment for me. If you insist, I shall graciously accept. Thank you. I gratefully take the box and tuck it securely in the pocket within my sleeves. Should the cook prepare his delightful wagashi for the spring season, perhaps I might sample some with the tea later. With a final nod of farewell to the shopkeeper, I continue through the village market. A leisurely stroll through the market brings a chorus of calls and deals. Some grow silent as I pass with recognition clear in their eyes. Yet some who are more familiar with my ways see beyond my stature as they call out with boldness and charm. My lord, would you care for some savory meat skewers? We recently improved the seasoning. Or perhaps you'd like a wasabi mochi. A new seasoning, you say? Well, that's rather tempting. And you do make the loveliest sweets. You flatter me, my lord. If you think so highly of my cooking, do help yourself to our menu. As much as I would love to, I shall pass for today. It shouldn't take too long to return to the castle. Oh, what a shame. We await your next visit then. Oh, this is so nice. What else? I wonder if there's anything else to check out around here. Can't see anything particularly. So you can either go to the shrine or the courtyard. Let's stick around in the village for a bit. Let's go to the shrine. A short way from the market lies an oft-visited road, yet one I scarcely travel. After all, it wouldn't be appropriate for a demon to enter a place dedicated to another mythical being. The shrine is an exception within Akuma Village. It wouldn't exist if not for the enticing deal offered by a kitsune of good fortune that was simply too good to refuse. The terms were simple. If I allowed her to live and thrive among the clan, she would bless them with good fortune. I agreed, knowing the luck the foxes brought, and the shrine was built. Oh, how I should have known that matters are never so simple with the yokai. Like the trickster that she was, the kitsune was true to her word of granting blessings to the clan, but only to those who were fortunate enough to receive it in her game. Wonder who that could be. Wonder who that could be. And since then, I heard the kindred speak of this lucky fox omikuji for when they sought to better their lives. In my pride, I avoided the shrine and only visited when necessary. Today appears to be an exception. I smile as I pass the shrine gates and approach the center of the grounds with an appraising look. It's a stark contrast to the market in nearly every way, where the market possesses the life and energy of the clan. In the temple is the solemn peace and serenity of the prayerful. From the prayers and wishes came the fox's power, and I could feel her growing influence over the area. But if I could feel her power, she can certainly feel mine in turn. Here, we are at a stalemate. This should prove an interesting experience. Ooh, who are these lovely ladies? Hello. Just look around real quick. Ah! Ah, thank you guys. It still feels weird to be looking at this when my birthday was a couple weeks ago, but still, thank you. Some really lovely messages from who I can only assume are the development team. Yeah, from the Kindevs.